Hi guys, I'm just gonna simply just do a little bit of bike stuff on my bike, just checking a few things over. Rhys isn't going to be doing a video this week, so I decided to do one for you. I don't have a work stand, so I'm just like a lot of you out there that just don't have a work stand, and we'll just take the basic things off. The basic toolkit, which 60 quid toolkit, and then just a bunch of Allen key set. I won't be using anything too expensive, but it'll just be like basic tools like crank puller. You will also need this. I'm not going to take it one out because mine is now seized at the moment because I got it like that. I'm trying to get it sorted with the place I bought it. You will need a chain whip to take off the cassette and a cassette tool, especially obviously it depends on your cassette, but most of them take like this, like Sunray, Shimano, SRAM, all the way up to the Eagle. I've just got a simple Shimano 10 speed. I think that was a Dior one. And then also, if you don't have that bottom bracket, you will need this bottom bracket. That's for a 2-piece bottom bracket. This one is for. So this is the thing you'll need instead of this, or a proprietary one for your bottom bracket. It doesn't have to be like it just has to be right for your bottom bracket. Chain, whether you're going to take your chain off or not, you'll need a chain. If you don't have a masking, you can use this. But when you're doing it, there should be a correct connection and rivet. That will be grey, and it will be different to all the others. So just have a look for that. And if not, then you might have something called a master link, which you'll need these for. But you don't have to use. You can do it with a simple nose of needle nose pliers, just like this, and try and cut it, but it takes a little bit longer. So I would really recommend getting some of these. Replace your tyre, obviously, or you want to take out an inch or replace it, you'll need tyre levers. You can get ones like this, or you can get some like this. A tyre plug kit, I'm getting mine off here actually. A tyre plug kit if you wanted to plug your tyre, puncture a packet. If you have a tube system. If you have a tubeless, then you need a tyre plug kit, which is basically bacon strips. They'll be for tubeless and for plugging holes in your tyre, because the sealant should cover small holes up. If you have a few rings at the front, you'll need some of this tool here. Kind of a small one. It's just for those locking rings, so it holds it in place for you. I don't have one, so put this back. If you have a Shimano Tech 2 crank arms, and so a bearing needs a certain amount of preloads to work at optimal and not wear out. And this is the tool you'll need. They come in all sorts of styles, everything. It's just a little bit here. And then you'll just basically need Phillips head. Basic Phillips head. You think you'll need either I can't remember what size it is now. You'll need about a mid-range. You won't need to be too big, doesn't need to be too small, but a good one that comes with this kit is a nice big one, but then also can use one smaller ones. These are perfect for adjusting your derailleur. If you want to take the pedals off, you either need a 6mm, 8mm, or I don't have one, but a 10mm Allen key. Or you'll need a pedal wrench, which is just a 15mm wrench, basically, but it's small enough to fit in between the pedal body and the crank arm. Your chain is worn out yet. This, so you'll need one of these. So with I think it's up to a 11 speed. You should replace it once it gets to the 0.75. Don't know whether you can see that or not. 0.75. But when that's up to that, but with a 11 speed and 12 speed, you will need to get to 0.5, which is when you should replace it. I'm not going to do this today, but this is for changing the spokes on the spoke nipples on the engine tyre. So spoke hooks into there, then gets tied up by this thing, which is called a nipple. That's what these are used. You can get different sizes. This one comes with a 3.2, 3.3, 3.5, which are the most common sizes. Mine is a 3.2, which is the smallest size. I'm just going to simply work over here on my handlebars, just like anyone else. Oh, I've still got that on the other way. It's because I don't have a repair stand, because I'm not an experienced mechanic, don't have a lot of money, as you can probably tell. So just going to be working on my bike upside down. So first of all you need to do is you need to get your bike off the wall. You'll need to put your bike down on one tyre, which my tyre's actually flat, and just point out. Put it down onto your seat, then onto your handlebars. Simple basic thing to start with. So with my wheel, it's got a quick release lever, so you should be able to, I think my C is actually thinking about it. So I'm just going to get a flathead screwdriver and just simply put it against it and just pull like that. It's really not that hard. And then until it's easy enough to get like that. But if not, then you will need I think it's either 14 or 15mm nut. And that would just need cranking each side, and those will know how to quick release. Through axle as well, just a pull and a spin will do it like the quick release. And it should just lift out effortlessly. Crucial thing right now is do not touch your brake surfaces. If you do, then you'll need to either clean them with some brake cleaner or some isopropyl alcohol, or do not use ethanol because that will contaminate it. Anything, because it can completely ruin your brakes. So do not touch that, and do not squeeze your brake leather while your wheel is off, or unless you have chocks in to stop them from compressing and you from them coming out and then the fluid going everywhere. With the back one, it's a little bit harder, so you'll need to push the derailleur forward, and then while pushing the cage forward, pull the main thing back out of the way of the cassette, then pull it up and out, so then you can drop the chain without anything. And this should be greased and everything, and it should be completely fine. If there's any play on it, you're either missing a spacer, or what could have happened is that your locking ring is not tight enough, or worst comes to worst, you'll need a whole new hub because your bearings could be done, or they just need preloading, which I personally don't know how to do. But a bike mechanic, a seasoned pro, probably bike mechanic, will know how to do that. Let's start off with taking the rear cassette off. So first of all, you'll need to take out the skewer. Make sure you don't lose the spring, and the spring always goes smallest side towards the middle, and out like the biggest size out towards the outside. So always remember that. Don't lose any of the springs or anything. What I tend to do is put them back on and then screw it up a little bit so I don't lose it. You'll need a cassette tool. So some of them come with this, a quick release lever adapter, so it holds it into like that, and then some of them don't come with it, and then some of them come with a thicker one, from especially Park Toolway make them, through axle one that is bigger. If you have a through axle one and you don't have this thing on it, what you can do is put your leather through, take off the spring on the nut side, and then put it on, put the through axle through, and then tighten it just about. I've got this adapter from an 8mm to a box, I think this is a 1/2 inch. So that just goes in like that, and then here's a chain whip. The way the thing loosens is it loosens with the free hub. So the way you have to undo it is by holding it with the chain whip. Just like that. You're going to need a lot of weight for this. So get into a good position, and then you just push like that, and it will show some violent noises. Just loosen the cap like that. Shouldn't be that many threads. It should just come off. Do not leave the order of these if you have any space or anything. So I'm putting them in order here. And it should just simply lift off. You can clean this how you want. Mine, I'm not going to clean mine right now because I'm planning to get an 11 speed at some point with a derailleur, semi-derailleur. So it's just really good. So the way you put it on, I'm going to spin this up so that it's not the same. On your free hub, I will come and get you guys. Oh. On your free hub, if you look closely, where is it? There. So if you look here, there is a big one there, and then there's a small one, and then there's like a big gap, and then all the way around it's the same as these ones here. If you look on your cassette, I don't know whether you'll be able to see, probably easier to show you on this one actually. If you look, there's a small one there, and then a big one, and then a small one again. So the way it goes on, if we look here, there's a big one and the small one. So if we get this cog here, and then we just find where it goes, where they meet up. It only goes on one way, so it's pretty hard to mess up. Is it going to go on, or is it going to be? There we go. It's going on. It could be a little bit difficult. It should just go on simply like that. Really not that hard. Right. Then you get the next cog or spacer. I think spacers are the exact same. Don't have any on mine. I only have these. So there, you need to kind of look on the back on your smallest cog, like that. Then your locking ring, just on top. You can start threading it. Get your tool, and it goes against the free hub, so you can use the free hub to against with your leverage. And I'm going to shove you guys back up here. The wheel with the cassette tool on it. You need to get this. Remember, you're going to go against it this time, so you get this till it makes violent clicking noises. Not too much effort because it should be around about 40 Newton meters. So if you have a torque wrench, use it. It should just be like that. That should be tight enough to lock it on. If you have any play in it, then it's not tight enough. Or you're missing a spacer that you should have put in when you did it. Now it should just look like this, like that. What it should look like.